Say again, please.
Houston, we have a problem.
This.
Give me all you got!
Listen,
Give me all you got!
swear me and my brother.
I can tell you I don't have money, but what I do have are a very particular set of skills.
Right now! I want to talk! You kill him! You kill yourself, you motherfucker! Give me back my son! Help! I didn't kill my wife! I don't care!
Hello and welcome to Stand and Watch, the best and only dad movie podcast you're ever going to listen to. Because we should I make that joke for this episode, considering what happened?
Ah, did he host podcasts? Did he ever host podcasts?
I don't think so, but he was a father.
I mean the journalists, I'm air quoting, the journalists that are scouring for any details from Conan O'Brien's party have also been listening to podcasts featuring Nick Reiner. So
Somebody in there was a podcaster who murdered. Maybe I don't make that joke this episode.
maybe we
Yeah.
we hold off on killing other dad podcasters just
Yeah.
out of respect this week.
Okay. So with that in mind, hello and welcome to Stand and Watch, the best and only dad movie podcast you're ever going to listen to, just because.
And watch now because you can see our wonderful, beautiful faces.
You can finally see our faces, or maybe you already have because we're not sure if our last episode had video or not. We haven't decided. Sometimes we
You-
record.
you-
Sometimes we record these in twos.
You can see us now and say, "Oh, that's what they look like." Okay,
You
I'm
can-
never listening to this again.
You can see us now and say, so that's why they're podcasters.
That's what. Hey, radio was dead, so they had to shift. They had to pivot to podcast.
Yeah, you can finally be like, they truly look like they should have a podcast.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Nick.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Hi, Steve.
Oh yeah, hi Steve. If this is your first time listening, which it might be, because maybe you refused to listen to this podcast when it didn't have video. Strange rule to have for a podcast, but Steve Buscemi is our number one listener. Hello, Steve.
He is.
Yeah.
He hopped on right around Con Air, right? It was Con Air that he hopped on around.
Actually, I think it was a little bit before Con Air.
Because we had Amanda. Amanda is where this bit started. Or this truth. It's not a bit, it's the truth.
Amanda came on for Men, and that's when we started saying hi, Steve, all the time. I don't remember.
Because we watched Men, and then she said she loved Con Air, and we were like, "What's wrong with you?"
Yes, but I don't remember when we started saying Steve Buscemi was our number one listener.
We've been going for years now. This
Yeah.
podcast has been around for like 10 years.
We've been around.
And hey, if you're just now tuning in because you're like, "Well, I love to watch podcasts," I said, "What the fuck is wrong with you? This is an audio medium.
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of here.
yeah.
Go, get out of here. Fuck you."
I mean, you should stay at least until there's a YouTube ad, I guess.
No, fuck them. I want them to leave. Fuck them. Get out of here. After the year we had, after how 2025 has closed out.
If only Conan had said that at his party.
We lost Rob. We lost Rob.
We did.
We lost Vince. We don't know if those things are connected now or not. We don't know if Vince was at Conan's party. Nobody knows.
Let's just call him Vince. No context. So people who don't know will be like, "What, Vince? Which Vince?"
What Vince? Was it Vaughn? Was it Vaughn? He's a comedy guy. Was it Vaughn? Was
Oh,
it Vaughn?
Was it Vaughn? Was it McMahon? Hopefully.
That's how you start. That's how you start internet rumors in 2026. You give no context and you just say first name.
Yeah, just first name.
So when you have someone like Conan, it's like, oh, Conan O'Brien. But when you say Vince, you're like, what Vince? Vince McMahon? Vince Vaughn?
Yeah,
Who?
and then the game of telephone until some AI chatbot writes a news article. Vince Vaughn dead.
Yeah, and then everything goes as planned. And we go viral for starting that somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
According to the Stand and Watch podcast, which is a popular dad movie podcast where they watch movies and determine how dad they are.
Yeah.
They they said that Vince Vaughn died after going to Conan O'Brien's party, where Rob Reiner also happened to die right after.
Yeah, we were in GQ, and then now we'll be on CNN.
But for real, rest in peace, everyone. Nobody deserves any of that. Some of these people had families.
Yeah.
Actually, all of them had a family. Yeah, fucked up.
It's fucked up. It's very
One,
fucked up.
it's even more fucked up because this episode's about When Harry Met Sally. And we originally watched this movie and we are going to do the episode while its director was still alive.
Yeah.
And it's just a little more distracting now that he's not alive.
Yeah, it's really weird too, because like Spinal Tap 2 just came out this year. Like I saw it in the theaters, and he was doing press for it.
He was in the. I saw the Marcus Theaters was doing like a little preview before the movie I was watching, and they had him They had him being interviewed by the CEO of Marcus Theaters, and I don't know. It's kind of like when you see someone and then they're dead. Like they're dead like a day later, like which has happened to me on the personal level, but it's just really fucking weird
Yeah,
because we watched this movie.
yeah, it's strange. It is. I've watched this movie, I think since September, I think I've watched this movie 4 times.
When Harry Met Sally.
Yeah, because I watched it because this is the new season. So it wasn't on the wheel, and I watched it in September because I was on a rom-com kick. And then I watched it again because it was on TV like a month later, and then it was on the wheel, and I watched it again because we were gonna start the new wheel with it, and he was still alive, and now he's dead.
Death is just weird, man, and just the way. And we're still like, by the time this comes out, it'll have been a few weeks. But man, we're still like reeling from it. The news, like every other day, is like, well, he was at Conan O'Brien's party, but Bill Hader was like, there's
Yeah.
just more stuff about this party. I'm like, I don't give a shit about the fucking party. Can we stop talking about the party? Like
Yeah.
their son obviously had some issues that they were trying to work through.
Yeah, it's
And I don't think anyone at that party was like handed him the knife and said, hey, go do this.
yeah, the party
I
is
don't know why we're
the party's not at
why we're
fault.
digging. I don't know why we're digging through the party. Like,
I know. I keep seeing articles, and it's like, why are you talking about Conan and what Conan did at his party when this was happening? Like, no, that's not the story.
this was a tragedy. I don't, and I get it. When there's a tragedy, people are like, but why? But
Like,
why? And now you, and
How shitty does Conan have to feel when he sees these kinds of things too?
right. And Bill Hader, like the Bill Hader aspect of it, like Bill Hader's already like a very like emotional guy. It's like, why are you dragging Bill into this?
Yeah,
Why?
like
Stop it.
don't you think these people are already like thinking about these kinds of things? Like, oh, what could I have done something? Oh, I just like shut up.
Yeah, these people are already asking themselves that question. It's like, knock it the fuck off. Like they don't need TMZ digging through their trash looking for like something like a journal they wrote after. I don't, just fucking knock it off. Can we just skip
Yeah.
to the part 20 years from now where Ryan Murphy's fucking perverted ass is like doing the direct to DVD movie version of This Night?
Oh my god.
Can we just skip to that part? Because his goofy ass.
He's gonna, isn't he? Oh my god.
He was very giddy. He's like, oh, a new American crime. Oh.
You
I
just
don't know what he sounds like.
You just know he texted Evan Peters right away.
He's
How,
like,
how long before
how-
you think we can make this?
he was looking at him. He's like, can you put on 40 pounds for me? I really need you in this role. Again, I don't know what Ryan Murphy sounds like. I imagine he's a deranged man that's just like, oh, he yelps every time he sees a killer. Just yelps pure like passion. He
Ryan
loves that shit.
Ryan Murphy seems like the kind of guy that when he's like who just goes, "Yep," during sex.
We're done.
Yep.
One, then he also
Yep.
did he also do that Fair Play show? He did that Fair Play show on Hulu that people are hate watching.
Is that the one
And-
with Kim Kardashian?
That's the one with Kim Kardashian. Or I'm sorry, it's called All's Fair. And, people were like, well, people hate watching that got it a second season, to which I argue, no, most of these shows, the way it works, when the show gets picked up, they're like, all right, we're gonna pick up the second season right away. We won't announce it until later on. So anytime like a show gets picked up for that second season, I'm like, like you were already gonna do that. You were just saving this for like to keep it in the spotlight, whatever. Now, when it gets the third season, that's when you're like, oh yay, awesome! Like they
Yeah.
loved it enough to get some money down the line. But this hopefully will get canceled after the second season, because I watched a little bit of the first episode and I just wanted to die. I just wanted to die. And then I watched a little bit of I Love LA and I was like, why are people comparing this to Girls? Like there are girls and they're all having sex, but that's where we stop. That's it. That's all they're doing.
Do you remember? I think it was when that show premiered. I guess Kim Kardashian was doing press, and she said that they scanned her brain, like some doctor scanned her brain for something and said she has low brain activity. And she said that publicly. She admitted it.
Honey, you don't have to
Like,
do that. Yeah.
and I think this was right around the time. Like, I think this was like just a few weeks after she blamed AI for not helping her pass the bar exam.
Wait, she blamed AI?
Yeah, she said like she was using AI to study.
You are fucking stupid. Why are you doing that?
Yeah, and again, she says this publicly, and then weeks later, she publicly admits, "Yeah, they say I have low brain activity."
No, honey. Like, stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. I feel like she's just doing it for the soundbite now. So then, like later on, when she gets the bar, you can be like, "Look what they were saying about me," but it's like a soundbite of her saying it. Like, Kim,
Come on, she's never getting that bar.
that's not how gotchas work. That's not how gotchas work at all. Well, you know what? She would get the bar if her dad spent a little less time defending OJ and spent a little more time teaching her law.
OJ Simpson, the running back? Was he a running back? I don't know what OJ was.
OJ Simpson, the actor.
OJ Simpson, the co-star of Naked Gun?
I'm not convinced that OJ isn't her dad, but that's neither here nor there.
Let's talk about this movie.
Let's talk about Not All Is Fair. I'm on the All Is Fair Wikipedia. Let me get off of there. When Harry Met Sally, I've got the wiki right here. When Harry Met Sally ... is a 1989 American romantic comedy film directed by Rob Reiner. Oh, rest in peace. And written by Nora Ephron, starring Billy Crystal, Meg Ryan, Carrie Fisher, rest in peace, and Bruno Kirby. Follows the title characters from the time they meet in Chicago and share a drive to New York City through 12 years of chance encounters in New York, and address the question, can men and women ever just be friends? Ideas for the film began when Reiner and Penny Marshall divorced. An interview Ephron conducted with Reiner provided the basis for Harry. Sally was based on Ephron and some of her friends. Crystal came on board and made his own contributions to the screenplay. Ephron supplied the structure of the film with much of the dialogue based on the real-life friendship between Reiner and Crystal. The soundtrack consists of standards from Harry Connick Jr. with a big band and orchestra arranged by Mark Shaman. For his work on the soundtrack, Connick won his first Grammy Award for Best Male Jazz Vocal Performances. Columbia Pictures released When Harry Met Sally in its selected cities, letting word of mouth generate interest. Oh, good old word of mouth. Before gradually expanding distribution, the film grossed $92.8 million in North America and was released to critical acclaim. Ephron received the BAFTA Award for Best Original Screenplay, as well as nominations from the Academy Award, WGA Award, and Golden Globe. The film is ranked 23rd of AFI's 100 Years, 100 Laughs list of top comedy films in American cinema, and number 60 on Bravo's 100 Funniest Movies. In early 2004, the film was adapted to the stage in a production starring Luke Perry and Allison Hannigan. Luke Perry's dead, right?
Yes.
Rest in peace, Luke. In 2022, the film was selected for preservation in the United States National Film Registry by the Library of Congress as being culturally and historically or aesthetically significant. Yeah.
God, remember when rom-coms could be nominated for Academy Awards?
And be culturally and historically and aesthetically significant and brought into the Library of Congress? I guess it's just what is significant about, like, what is culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant about this one?
I mean, you could ask that of many movies that is in that library.
Right. I'm just wondering, like, what is it? Is it? I mean, is it just the look of the character? I don't know. Like, is this like something where people like say like, you want to see how people looked in 1989? Here you go. This was life in 19. Whenever I see a movie is in the Library of Congress, that's what I assume. Like, oh, this is what life was like back.
I don't know what their criteria for any of those things are, but I don't dispute that this movie belongs there.
I don't dispute it either. I was just wondering, like,
I
what were
don't.
they looking at when they're like, yes, this one right here.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's the
Do you think
whole.
the Library of Congress has a closet like the Criterion Closet where you can go in and be like, oh, this is Boys in the Hood. I saw this back in theaters in '92.
Maybe it's because this movie popularized the terms high maintenance and low maintenance.
Really, I did not know that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did. That could be wrong, but I'm not gonna fact check myself.
You're just making stuff up now.
I'm pretty sure it's right though.
Do you have a dad approved letterbox review for us?
I do have a data proof letterbox review. This comes to us from Coffee, who is a letterbox patron. Praise be. They gave this movie 5 stars and wrote, "Movies used to have Meg Ryan in them." And it's
They
true.
don't anymore, do they?
They
They
don't.
don't.
And that's why they're worse.
I've got one from Disgustipated, who's also a patron saint of Letterboxd. Praise be to thee. Gave the movie 5 stars and a heart, and he said, "I laughed, I cried, I faked an orgasm."
It's pretty good.
Good. It's a good review. I don't know how reviews get like 5,000 likes on Letterboxd. I don't know how that happens.
You have to already be
But
popular. You have to be a
you have to
known.
already be
Yeah.
the social media conundrum.
It always.
Conundrum.
See, even Letterbox is not immune to it. You have to already have an audience.
Look. I'll put your review up as my review, and I'll say it was you, and then I'll pass my followers along to you, and then you get 5,000 likes. But then you got to do it like a year from now and pass it on to the next letterboxer. Crazy out there.
Let-
Crazy out there.
Pay it forward with Letterbox likes.
Yeah, man, this is a cozy ass movie. I was just very cozy this entire movie.
I look. I know this movie came out in what was it? 89.
89, summer of 89.
89. I don't know, man. I'm looking at Billy Crystal's outfits in this, and I'm like, I would wear that. That sweater.
The sweaters look very cozy.
I'd wear that sweater. I'd wear his little sport jacket with the elbow patches. I'd wear it.
Oh, you know what we forgot to do?
What do we?
I have to look and see if anybody doesn't pass the smell test. I have to pick a member of the cast.
Oh, that's right. Our newest segment. Do they pass the smell
But-
test?
I'm just gonna do it to Billy Crystal, right? That seems to be.
Yeah. Does Billy Crystal
I'll-
does Billy Crystal pass the smell test?
So I mean, he doesn't just because he's a Clippers fan. I say that as a fellow Clippers fan.
I'm gonna
Like he was trying.
I'm gonna nod and pretend that I know what that means.
He's trying to be the Jack Nicholson of the Clippers, and it's just like it's the Clippers, Billy. Get out of here. Get out of here, Billy. Get out of here. Let's see here. Single. Hey, you know what? I'm looking at his Wikipedia. I don't see any controversies.
Really?
You do come down to sports. It talks about some of his sports stuff. I guess he signed a 1-day minor league contract to play for the New York Yankees in 2008.
2008. He would have been in his like 60s by then, no? 50s? 50s or 60s?
He wore the number 60 in honor of his upcoming 60th birthday.
Oh, wow.
Boyhood idol was Yankee Hall of Fame legend Mickey Mantle, who signed a program for him when Crystal attended a game where Mantle hit a home run. Yeah, nothing. Hey, Billy Crystal, apparently a Boy Scout.
Passes the smell test.
Nope.
Good for him.
Good for him. He's 77 now, in case you were wondering. Will be 78 next year, so wish him a happy birthday if you. Yeah, man, this movie.
Good ass movie.
I love that this movie just like relationships just come and go. You don't even see some of them end. They just kind of like we skip forward and it's like, oh, yeah, I don't date her anymore. What are you up to? What are you doing? How you doing?
Sally we during the second time jump, Sally's with a guy, and then the next time jump, she's just, "Nope, I'm not with him anymore." We don't see him ever again.
Right. I love that people just come and go. And it was because I'm rewatching Mad Men right now, and it just reminds me of how people just kind of come and go in Mad Men and stuff. Just kind of like you don't really get the closure that the character would probably got off screen, and I love that.
Yeah, like, we never even like, Harry says that he's married. We never see her, and then the next time we see him, he's divorced.
And you know what was driving me crazy the entire time I was watching this movie?
What?
If you made it today, you would have to see all these breakups on screen. An executive would be like, "People are gonna be confused. They're gonna look up from playing Wordle and be like, what happened to his wife? Where'd his wife go?"
Yeah, there would be an origin story for Ira.
Yeah. Hey, if there are any executives listening, you're fucking stupid. You're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Hey, if you have an idea, stop. Stop it.
Yeah,
Knock it off.
let the writers deal with the ideas.
And that's not all of you, but if people groan when you have a note, you're that guy. Okay?
Yeah, you just to any executives, whenever you give a note to anyone, you just have to ask yourself, "What would James Cameron say if I gave him this note?" And if the answer is he would punch me in the face, don't give that person that note, even if they're not James Cameron.
Look, in 2026, on Stand and Watch, we're kicking ass and taking names. Social media has made you all too soft. Everyone's got to be nice. Everyone's got to compliment everything. No, shut the fuck up and be like, "I like this. Maybe change this one thing. Like, what do you think of this?"
Yeah.
And then shut the fuck up. Shut
That's
the
a
fuck up.
that's a bold statement to make on an episode where we're talking about a movie where I'm pretty sure we wouldn't change anything.
I wouldn't change a goddamn thing about this movie.
No,
I fucking love it.
it's a
I'd
it's,
maybe take the Twin Towers out of it. I felt that was disrespectful keeping them in this movie.
yeah, they should be digitally removed.
Remove the Twin Towers from
Yeah.
When Harry Met Sally.
Get George
That's fucked up.
call George Lucas and ask him, "You know how you add things? Remove."
Get
Yeah,
rid of
that's
the
it.
towers.
Thing the only problem I have with this movie is that it reminds me that I'm gonna die alone, but that's not the movie's fault.
No, no.
Yeah.
And if you could, I'm a younger millennial, so I'm a little closer to Gen Z, and sex is a little icky.
Are you
Sex is
closer
a
to Gen
little
Z?
icky. Get rid of it. Yucky.
Are
I
you
don't like the penises and the vaginas. Get them out of here.
are you really close to Gen Z?
Closer than some people. I'm not an old millennial. I'm not one of those 80s millennials.
I'm an old Gen Z, so I have to be a Gen Z who I have to be a Gen Z who's like just listens to these Gen Zs be like, "Why is there sex scene in this movie?" And I just be like what? Like you are you fuck you. You're ruining it for the rest of us.
Why can't they just hold hands? That was an executive note. That wasn't a Gen Z kid. Why can't they just hold hands? The kids love holding hands now.
Yeah,
They love it.
yeah. Why did they have to sleep together?
No, so I do love that. I do love that it happens in the middle of the movie. They don't save it for the end. I love that they were trying to pass each other off onto somebody. And I think
Well,
men and women. Do you think men and women can be friends? Just friends?
Yes, but there is a caveat that usually the man does in fact want to sleep with her.
Okay. All right. I think it's yeah. There, but I think that goes both ways. I think the woman could want to sleep with the
Yeah.
man as well.
Yeah. I mean, the woman,
It goes both ways.
yeah, the woman, here's the difference though. The woman could want to sleep with him. He always wants to sleep with her.
Always. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. All right. I
I
agree.
think that's
I
the
agree with the
difference.
rule. I agree.
Right? But they can be friends. Very possibly friends. But that thought is always in the back of the man's mind.
Just know that I am friends with a lot of women. I don't want to sleep with any of them. Just know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just know I am friends with no women and I still want to sleep with all of them.
Okay. All right. Hey, now that we got that all out on the table,
Yeah.
glad we're all being honest with you.
Anyway, yeah, they don't sleep. They sleep together that's the beginning of the third act. It's not even the middle of the movie.
and I love how it makes it so fucking awkward. They immediately are like, like they immediately they
Yeah,
do the thing where it adds that pressure, and it's like, what are you doing? You were fine. Just
yeah, like
be as you were. Like
um,
nothing's you. The pee went in the vagina. Nothing's changed.
immediately afterwards, there's a scene where, where Harry's like waiting, he's like fiddling with her like Rolodex or whatever in bed, like clearly like he not knowing what to do. Like he's so uncomfortable.
And it sits in it. I do love that it sits in the awkwardness of it. Because
Yeah.
I forget, because again, it's probably been a month since I've seen this, but he comes over to not confess his love, but to somebody's upset about. I think she's upset.
She's upset because her ex
Just got remarried or just got married.
yeah, her ex got married and they broke up because he didn't want to get married or he didn't want to get married or have kids or anything. Were they married or were they just dating? I don't remember.
They were just dating. I don't think they were married or
Yeah.
planning on it.
Oh yeah, but they broke up because he didn't want to have kids and she wanted to have a family. And then now he's getting married and so she's upset. That's why Harry came over. And that's a great scene too cuz she's crying and he's like, "What's wrong?" And she's like what's the word I'm looking for? Venting. There it is. She's venting to him about all her problems. He's getting married and I'm still alone. And one day I'll be 40. He's like, when? Someday.
Someday.
That's so good.
I do love that the movie cuts, like there are random cuts to like these older couples that are talking about how they met and how they got together. And I do love that there's the through line in each of them where like they didn't, like most of them, they didn't really plan on getting together. It's just something that just happened. It just happened. It wasn't
Yeah.
you didn't plan it. It just happened. And I think the last one is Harry and Sally, right?
The last one is Harry and Sally when they're describing
Did
their
they age
wedding.
them up Deathly Hollow style where they look like they got them all make-upped up and they don't look older at all?
Yeah.
I love those. There was, I think there's one of them that was like an arranged marriage.
Yeah, there's a Japanese guy who it was an arranged marriage with a girl in another village. And his story was that he snuck out of his village to take a peek at her. And he was like, if I don't like her, I won't do it. But he's like, but I saw her and I thought, okay. And we've been married for like 35 years or whatever.
I love that one's like, I basically went to go see, and I was like, that's okay. I went to go do some window shop.
I read that all of those stories are true. Like they asked, like those are actors, but they got those stories from like crew members.
And I think I saw that Reiner, like it was originally like a bummer ending, and then Reiner met his wife on the
Yeah.
set
I don't know if he met.
and then
I don't know if he met her on the set, but
or
yeah,
knew of her, or they were
originally,
working together.
originally they didn't get together at the end because Reiner has been divorced and didn't believe in love, and then he met his wife, and she's like, "You got to change this ending."
And he did.
Yeah.
And that makes talking about this movie even fucking harder.
Yeah,
Because it's probably the most personal movie in his filmography, right?
it's got to be.
I mean, fuck, man, if you go back through it, there's just I'm pulling up his Wikipedia. There's just a run. There's just a fucking run from
Honestly,
what do you say? 86 to like from 86 to 96. The man is just on a fucking tear.
from Spinal Tap to A Few Good Men.
Okay, so Spinal Tap was 84 and A Few Good Men was 92.
What was after A Few Good Men?
So A Few Good Men after that was North, The American President, Ghost of Mississippi, The Story of Us, Alex and Emma, Rumor Has It, The Bucket List. No, I think you're right. From the Spinal Tap, this is Spinal Tap to A Few Good Men, because between that you've got The Sure Thing, Stand By Me, you've got The Princess Bride, you've got When Harry Met Sally, Misery, Few Good Men.
What a run! All different genres.
Yeah, just a fucking chameleon in the director's chair.
All different genres, and all, if not most of those, have a strong Like, you could make a strong argument that that's the best one of that genre.
Right. One here in like the late '80s. I don't know when his divorce was, but I mean, you've got The Princess Bride and When Harry Met Sally, which are two like love stories. They're both fucking love. Like The Princess Bride is like a love story about a grandfather and his son, and man, he was just even though he was like a newly divorced man, it seems like he had some love in his heart.
Yeah. What a guy.
And then that went away in the '90s with Misery and A Few Good Men.
Yeah,
God,
after he got married, no more love in his heart.
I'm angry again. I want a woman to kidnap me and put me up in her cabin, knock my foot off with a hammer.
Hey,
I need to
now,
rewatch Misery. It's been a few good years.
his foot stayed attached. It was just shattered in many different places.
It was mangled. It was fucking mangled.
But no, this is a great movie, and even like they're friends. Like Carrie Fisher's great in this
Yeah.
as Sally's friend who's dating a married guy, and she's always complaining that he's not taking their relationship seriously enough.
I didn't realize that was I didn't realize that was Carrie Fisher at first, but then when I realized, I was like, "Oh my god, that's post Star Wars Carrie Fisher. Good for her."
Yeah,
Good for her getting the post Star Wars roles and getting as far away from that series as she could. Were the dorks as mean back then to her as they are now, like to everyone in Star Wars?
um, maybe, but it was probably. I mean, probably, but it was probably harder to get in touch with them.
Yeah,
I
they just mailed you anthrax back then.
I know I don't know where she said this, but I know there's a Carrie Fisher quote about Star Wars where she's like, "They're good movies, but come on, get a life."
The one I always go back to is when Daisy Ridley was taking the helm as the hero,
Oh yeah,
and she was like, "Well, this is your future.
yep,
The boys are going to be weird about you."
yeah. I know. Yeah, I that clip actually just popped up on my YouTube feed the other day. She's like, "Yeah, boys used to come up to me and say, I've thought about you every day since, that gold bikini."
Oof.
And she turns to Daisy Ridley. So that's what you have to look forward to.
And yeah, Daisy's face is just like, "Oh no, is it worth all this money?"
Yeah,
And her head's like, "Yeah, yeah, it is."
yeah.
How many millions for all these prepubescent boys and grown men? By the way, speaking of Rob Reiner's filmography, I forgot he did that Albert Brooks documentary a few years ago that was really good over there on HBO. I'd highly recommend that. Go check that out. They're just sitting at the bar talking. It's a nice fun little doc
Yeah. You know what else this
about.
movie? You know what else this movie does well that I enjoy? We talked about this before. Movies these days, when when something happens in a diner, nobody reacts anymore, but they do in this movie multiple times.
Yeah, there's the orgasm.
Yeah,
What is there besides the orgasm? The orgasm's the only one that comes to mind.
in the opening, like when they first meet and they're taking that drive from Chicago to New York, they stop off in a diner, and I don't remember exactly what they're talking about, but they're talking about, and he says something like, "You've probably never had good sex," or whatever, and she shouts back at him, "I've had plenty of great sex," and everybody in the diner like stops and looks at her.
We need more people reacting. We need more diner patrons reacting to characters in the fucking
Yeah,
in the diner. Uh, you know what? And I forgot that there were time hops in this movie. And I was like, "Oh yeah, it's a road trip." Like they just I could have easily watched this if it was just that road trip they were taking that entire time.
yeah.
Just because the chemistry was so good between them, I was immediately sucked in by both of them. I forget the conversation in the car. But Billy Crystal's he's kind of an asshole, and I'm like,
There
I
was a
kind of
f
like this
th
guy's.
there
I
was
like the cut of his jib.
there was a few conversations in the car, but yeah, Billy Crystal he was a bit of an asshole, but he was very, I don't know. He's Billy Crystal. He's doing bits.
There's a reason they let him host the Oscars so many times.
Yeah. He's doing bits, he's riffing. He's very good.
Honestly, is there anything you dislike about this movie?
It ended.
Yeah.
Yeah. It I
Yeah.
would, I know it's a rom-com, so you wanna keep them short. I would have watched a longer version of this, and there's so many good background bits too. Like, there's a scene, I think it's even I don't know how early it is. I don't know if it's when they meet or if it's later, but, like, Billy Crystal tells her, like, they're talking, he's like, "Yeah, that's why when I read a book, I read the end first. That way, if I die, I know how it ended." And then at that point, anytime in the movie you see him reading a book, you see him, like, look at the first page for a couple seconds, then immediately he flips to the back, and that happens a few times. And it's such a funny
It's just
gag. It's such a good little gag.
we need more rom-com. Like, we need more funny rom-coms. I feel like there was a period in time where, like, we still got rom-coms in, like, the aughts and maybe in the early 10s. They weren't as funny. They were more on the romantic side. Like, would you say Wedding Crashers is a rom-com?
I would.
I'd say that was probably the last good rom-com before 500 Days of Summer. But I wouldn't even say 500 Days of Summer is funny, though.
No, I wouldn't say it either. I don't I mean, that's
That one's
almost
more
like
of a that one's more of a downer.
it is a downer. I would say that's more of a deconstruction or a rom-com. I think The Proposal is kinda funny.
That the one with the Blind Side lady?
Yeah, Sandra Bullock.
Football, it's football. You're gonna learn how to play football. Yeah, Sandra Bullock.
Yeah. I think that one's pretty funny.
That one's alright. I like Good Luck Chuck.
Chuck's not bad. I watched Definitely
You
Maybe
said that
recently. That one's got some funny bits in it.
was it Definitely Maybe?
Yeah, that's another Ryan Reynolds one.
Definitely.
It's before he was Deadpool. He should go back to non-Deadpool roles.
Yeah, he needs to stop corrupting other comic comic actors and making people hate them.
Okay,
Stop polluting.
I watched that movie, and my first thought was like, "This is a different person." Like, the Ryan Reynolds in this movie is not the same Ryan Reynolds that's currently in movies.
Well, his whole shtick now is like I'm the soft spoken, like schwarmy, like he's Deadpool. He's
Yeah,
Deadpool.
he's Deadpool, but, like, even just, like, his face looks different, his hair is like, it's a different guy, and, like, the way he acts in like, even back then, you could say, I guess he was kind of still playing a version of himself, but, like, it was a different guy,
Yeah, he's just
and I
well,
think I
first of all, when I was a kid, I used to get him and Dane Cook mixed up, which I'm sure oh my god, do not go to his Wikipedia page. My god, this picture.
who,
Oh,
Dane
have you been
Dane
on
Dane Cook or Ryan Reynolds?
Ryan Reynolds? Go to his Wikipedia page real quick.
I'll go
Have
right
a
now.
have a look-see at this picture that his PR people thought was a good photo for his Wikipedia page, because these people get these PR teams are all right. We gotta update this Wikipedia page.
No, why is he making that face?
I don't like it. I don't like it. This is
Oh,
bad.
yeah.
Ryan.
Anyway, I think Ryan Reynolds should, transform back into 2009 Ryan Reynolds.
Wait, was he Good Luck Chuck or was that Dane Cook? He was Good Luck Chuck.
No, that was Dane Cook.
Was that Dane Cook?
That was Dane Cook.
I mean, Good Luck Chuck probably would have been a better Ryan Reynolds movie.
Maybe. Anyway, the point is Ryan Reynolds should go back to being not Deadpool. He was better. Go back to the guy who did, Buried.
That was him in Buried. That's right. That wasn't Dane Cook. That was him.
Yeah.
I need to revisit his filmography because apparently I think half of it is Dane Cook's.
Ryan Reynolds should just go back to being the guy who was in Just Friends.
Yeah, that'd be fine. Was
Yeah.
Just Friends better than Friends with Benefits?
I think you're confusing two different movies.
Friends with Benefits was the Ashton Kutcher, Kate Upton movie, and then Just Friends was Mila and
No.
Ryan Reynolds.
No, Just Friends is the Christmas one. With the
Is
blonde with
Jack
the
Black in that one?
No, it's the Christmas one with the blonde chick, where he used to be her fat friend in high school.
Oh yeah, he's the fat guy. Was that
That
what's
was
her
just
name?
that was Just Friends. You're
that-
I think you're thinking of that one with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah,
And
his friend was JC. Is that who is it? That is Amy Smart. It's Amy Smart.
yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
yeah, I
I
think you're
do love Amy Smart.
you're
Yeah.
think you're thinking of you're thinking of that one with Jake Gyllenhaal and Natalie Portman.
Maybe. I don't know, man.
No,
A lot of
I
those
know
movies from the aughts.
I know what you're thinking because there was the one with Ashton Kutcher where they're friends with benefits, and then there was the one with Jake Gyllenhaal where they're friends with benefits, and they came out like around the same time. It was one of those deep impact Armageddon situations.
I'm happy to announce Amy Smart still doing movies.
Good for her.
Should be in more movies though. She was very
She was
talented, very funny.
she was in a season of Justified, right? Or am I thinking of someone else?
She
That's
was
what
a
I thought.
reoccurring role, season 5, 9 episodes.
That's what I thought.
She was in MacGyver. She was in Stargirl. She was in Shameless. I forgot she was in Shameless. But no, I really love her in Road Trip, not Road Trip. Rat Race. Rat Race. She was in a lot of road movies. Thought she was good in Rat Race. What do you? This is a 5-star movie, right?
Oh, of course.
When Harry Met Sally, not all the rom-coms of our years that we were trying to figure out if it was Dane Cook or Ryan Reynolds.
No, it's absolutely a 5-star movie.
5-star movie. How much? What's the percentage of dad movie that? I think
Here's
Billy Crystal automatically makes this. Dads like Billy Crystal.
dads do like Billy Crystal. Dads like Meg Ryan.
Dads love Meg Ryan.
You know why dads love Meg Ryan? Because everybody loves Meg Ryan.
Dads also love Carrie Fisher.
They do. I think dads, I know a lot of people will probably go, it can't be a dad movie, it's a rom-com. I think dads go wild for that. I'll have what she's having line.
They do. And then dads, I think the central question of this movie, which was can men and women be friends? I think dads like just the fact that question's being asked because they're like, of course not. Of course not. They can't. Stop asking. They love being the bearer of bad news when that question pops up.
Yeah, I think this is. I mean, my dad wanted us to cover this movie, so I think that tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's 100%.
I think so too.
Let's move into my favorite part of the show, the IMDb goofballs. These are the folks that watch movies entirely wrong. They will pick up on a little detail that is not accurate in real life. Maybe it's like the armor in the Odyssey looking 3D printed and not like actual Spartan armor.
Oh my god, these fucking people.
But for those joining us for the first time, all of these are written by Neil deGrasse Tyson, and we will not accept any other explanation for all these IMDb goofballs. I've got one, but you can go ahead first. I don't want to accidentally take yours.
Hang on, I gotta find my screenshot. I lost it. There it
All
is.
right, I will. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. When Sally is faking the orgasm in Cat's Deli, the woman who says I'll have what she's having is seated in the self-service section, and a waiter would not have come over to take her order. The waiter service section is against the wall to Sally's left. Fuck you. Fuck you.
First of all, the person doing this one is old enough to know that there were two different sections of a restaurant like this or of a diner like this. So the fuck don't you got grandkids you could be rocking to sleep or something?
Yeah.
What are you doing? I'm glad I waited because that was the one I was about to read.
Okay. Fucking
I was ready. I was like, oh, this one has more dislikes.
these
I
people.
don't know when these people. I don't know what an anachronism is, but I'm going to read it anyway. During the scene set in 1982, 1977 plus 5 years later, a United Airlines Boeing 737-300 is shown landing. The 737-300 model did not start revenue service with any airline until 1984.
Fuck you.
Fuck you and your plane nerds, man. Plane. This is Neil deGrasse Tyson. This
God
is Neil
damn it.
deGrasse Tyson. This is him. This is this fucking man. Do you have a dad joke?
I don't. I
I
tried to
do
think
not
of,
either.
I tried to think, well, this is the problem. And maybe we shouldn't have started the wheel with the comedy. It's hard enough to come up with dad jokes for these movies. Comedies are the hardest because you're like, I can't come up with a joke that's as funny as anything in this.
Well, it's also hacked to try and out funny the funny people.
Yeah.
It's like the guy at a stand-up show that's like that yells something. It's like a guy at an improv show when they ask for a word and you're like, dildo. It's like you like we're enjoying this actual funny thing on the stage. Like,
Yeah.
haha,
It's
dildo.
the
Fuck you.
Ted 2 bit where they're like, "Can we get a person? Bill Cosby."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's no, gross.
Yeah.
Stop. And it also doing a joke after the passing of Reiner doesn't seem appropriate.
Yeah,
Didn't seem appropriate.
doesn't seem appropriate. So, I guess all that's left is the wheel.
Yeah, and the folks are actually going to get to see the wheel for the first time. Can,
Yes.
can can you tell us what's on this wonderful wheel for the people that are still listening on audio? Because they're the OGs. They're the ones that have been here the entire time.
Okay.
Tell them what's on the wheel.
I
Neighbor of wheel.
Yes, we have a new wheel. It is Neighbor of Wheel.
Not related to any of the other wheels. All the other
Yes.
wheels have been related.
This wheel
We're
is not related.
they're next door.
Next door. Okay. We have on this wheel The Blind Side, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. We have a double feature of Heat and the Town, Network, Her, La La Land, Wag the Dog, Big Fish, a second double feature. This is a historic event. We've never had two double features on one wheel. Of Sex Drive and Roadhouse,
Yeah.
Spotlight, Speed, Little Miss Sunshine, Drive, Eddington, Blade Runner, My Cousin Vinny, Eternal Sunshine, Ralph Breaks the Internet. I don't know what that is. That's got to be some sort of typo. Contagion, Tropic Thunder, Moneyball, and Falling Down.
I said the last wheel was really good. I think this might be the best wheel.
I feel like we say this every wheel.
This is a really good wheel. I feel like
It is a
I
really good
feel
wheel.
like last wheel we built up last wheel and then it ended up being a lot of good movies and then ending on a bunch of stinkers. I think this is going to be the best wheel.
Did we end on a bunch of stinkers last wheel? No, we ended on a stinker, but the movie before that was The Wrestler.
Wrestler is fine, but I think there was a stint where like we had a bunch of stinkers in a row.
There might have been. I think that most of the stinkers were movies you watched as a youth and thought were good.
Yeah, but yeah,
And two of them
neither
were
here nor there.
and two of them were made by Matthew Vaughn.
Look, younger me, kind of a dipshit, okay? But Kick-Ass at 18 was pretty cool. At 33, it's just sad, plotless, aimless. Like I've gone on to better things, Matthew Vaughn. What have you done for me lately? Oh, that one Apple movie? No, thank you.
Well, it is time to spin the wheel for the very first time.
This time.
Yeah, this wheel for the first time. We've spun other wheels. I've spun wheels before. Believe me, I've spun wheels.
And you don't have to make the sound effects anymore.
Oh, that's true. I don't, because everybody should hear it. I think I've set it up so everybody can hear. All right. Here we go.
You were getting ready to make the sound. I see it in your lips.
I was. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. It's Network.
All right.
What?
I'm
What a timely movie.
I'm mad as hell.
And I'm not gonna take this anymore.
Barry Weiss's favorite movie.
Oh God.
Barry Weiss.
I remember in high school, me and my friend would talk about this movie. He's like, "Have you ever seen the movie Network?" Because we both liked old movies. I was like, "Yeah." And even back then, I was like, this is kind of still relevant. And 12 years later, this movie's still kind of relevant.
It's sadly probably always going to be relevant in the
Yeah.
direction we're going.
Yeah.
I don't know about you boys up in Canada, but down here.
This movie
For
came out
sure.
in, I believe, 1976, and
Depressing.
you could you I always say this, you could remake Network and not change a single thing about it, and people would assume that it was written yesterday.
Well, it's just like Spotlight, like 10 years from now, you could still make Spotlight the exact same. Like the problem that it's pinpointing hasn't changed. We haven't done anything to make a change towards, not letting priests fuck children. But here we are. Here we are. It's timely. Timely. The children have grown up. There's new children, new
That's right.
priests.
That's right. We do have a movie on the wheel about dealing with pedophiles, and somehow we still live in a society where they don't really want to do anything about those pedophiles.
No, man. They'd rather they'd rather etch out the names of and protect the pedophiles than put them out into the spotlight and be like, here are the guys that were fucking kids. Here, have them.
Yeah,
Take them out. Take them out to the quad and hang them.
they would rather be like, "Oh, I'm sorry. We didn't mean to show you that picture from the pedo island. We're just gonna take that back."
Oh, hey, you know what? We forgot to scratch out a pedophile's name. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. All right.
Oh my god. I think all the people who Spotlight is about are still alive, but they're rolling in their graves.
They're rolling in their graves. And if they're not rolling in their graves, Barry Weiss is their boss. Oh no, it's so sad.
Oh
Or
god.
what's his name? Who's the Amazon pedophile, the bald one with all the muscles? Jeff Bezos.
Bezos? Does Bezos have muscles?
He got pretty muscular.
Yeah.
Just so we'd stop calling him a pedophile. Call him a meathead. Just calling every billionaire a pedophile from now on until they correct me.
I mean, they probably are.
Until fucking Elon Musk comes up to me and says, "Hey, I never fucked any kids," and be like, "Well, you're a kid fucker. You never told me otherwise."
Honestly, if Elon Musk came up to me and said that, I would still think he's a pedophile. Because he is.
Yeah, he's the one where I'm like, I don't know, man. You kind of giving me kid fucker vibes.
If he came up to me and said, "Hey, I'm not a pedophile. Just want you to know that," I would say, "Interesting. So, your good friend Ghislaine Maxwell, what was that about?"
Yeah, what's going on there? You guys seem really close, and she's like a kid fucker. Like she's the lady that rings the kids out, like rings them up for the pedophiles. Like, oh, 2 kids, that'll be $350.
That'll be 350.
Give me $350.
That'll be 350. And I said, "God damn it, Loch Ness Monster. I ain't giving you no damn 350. Loch Ness Monster,
Oh, I can't
pedophile.
wait to. We're gonna have fun with Spotlight this year. It's a sad ass fucking movie where the towers are still standing, by the way, and at the beginning of the Spotlight.
Do you my father who listens to this show told me the other day, "Why do you guys talk about pedophiles so much?"
Cause man, all right, look, there was
'Cause
7th grade.
Yeah, because we're always
I
talking about
dodged a pedophile
Yeah,
bullet. I
'cause
dodged a pedophile bullet, and it's just been this weird thing where like I see them everywhere, and I'm just like, holy shit, man.
because we're always talking about pedophiles that somehow you run into and have interactions with, and then we just live in a world full of pedos. We're always talking about pedophiles on this podcast that's supposed to be about dad movies.
Like, why are you talking about pedophiles? I don't know, Matt's dad. Why? Maybe we talk about air. It's all around us too. Maybe we'll
Yeah.
start talking about the air.
But now we finally have a movie about pedophiles.
Hell yeah, we're fine. Hey, we're finally gonna bring some justice.
Yeah.
Goddamn justice. There's not enough justice out there being served. We're bringing it. Fucking bringing it.
Well,
I'm gonna dedicate that episode to my 7th grade teacher that got arrested for having CP on his computer, Mr. McCann. I don't
On-
give a. You can't dox your pedophile. I just fucking doxed him. Okay, I don't give a shit.
is he still in prison? Do you know? Have you kept in touch?
I hope so. The man wore bells on, like he would wear elf bells on his shoes during like this time of the year.
Do you,
And I always laugh because I'm like, you could hear a pedophile walking down the halls of that school.
do you keep in touch now that you're at an age where you're safe?
No, because I've got kids. And I'm like, no, nope, 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 nope.
Oh, God.
And because he's a fucking pedophile.
I don't know. You seem to hang around with other ones.
All right, if this is your first time listening, I've got two red marks on the map that live near us. My first month living in this house, we had a
implore.
bad ice storm.
Look,
I'm clearing out the ice on my driveway, clearing it out. A guy comes down and offers me a pick that works better. I was like, oh, cool, thanks. And we hang out for like 2 hours just de-icing my driveway. I'm like, that guy was really nice. And then I like looked it up and I was like, oh, fuck, I just hung out with a pedophile for 3 hours.
look.
Fuck.
I implore any new listener to go back, and I know some of you new listeners are new listeners because you're watching this on YouTube because we do video now. Go and listen to our audio-only episodes because this is a podcast. You should be listening to it anyway. Just go through the catalog because there are many episodes where Nick will tell a glorious tale about one of his many, many encounters with pedophiles.
And it will be easier if you just do that instead of me having to repeat all of them because you're too lazy to go back and listen
And
with your
frankly,
ears.
there's too many for him to repeat. There was a shocking amount of pedophile stories. In that first season, I feel like every other episode started with him telling a pedophile story.
Well, now that you and I have written like a screenplay about pedophile.
We can't escape. We really can't escape these pedophiles.
It's like when you buy a car and you're like, man, like, oh wow, I bought a Grand Am. And then you start seeing Grand Ams everywhere and you're like, oh wow, they're everywhere. But they were everywhere to begin with. You just notice them no more.
It's like that episode of Seinfeld where the valet stinks up Jerry's car with BO and it just everybody who's in the car is now infected with the smell.
But I promise I'm no more. Hopefully I'm not repeating any more stories. You can just go back and listen to it, please.
Hopefully there's no new ones either.
Hopefully not. Hopefully, you know what? If my driveway gets iced over again, I'm gonna be like, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. Do it myself. Go on, get.
Go on, get.
I'm yelling at him like he's Old Yeller. Go on.
Go
I don't
on.
want you no more.
Go on, get.
And he's yelling back. He's like, you know I can't quit you kids. I'm like, what? Get out of here. Oh, you fucking perv.
Oh my god. Well, with that glorious image, like and subscribe. I gotta say that now because we're on YouTube doing video.
Yeah, like, subscribe. You can leave a comment if you want.
Yeah, like, subscribe, leave a comment. If you're listening to the audio version of this, you should still subscribe to whatever your because you can subscribe to a podcast, on Apple or Spotify or wherever, one of the less evil ones, up to you, wherever you listen.
Don't use AI to write your YouTube comments, by the way. I will hunt you down personally and stab you. Oh wait, no, don't cut that. Cut that. No stabbing. Fuck.
No. We retract that. He will not do that unless he's coming from Conan's holiday party.
Jesus Christ. Fuck. Well, no one's ever buying our movie now.
Well, with that in mind, tell your friends, tell your family, and whatever you do, don't tell your mother.